My dear Rohini and Lewis, many thanks for inviting me to join in the celebrations on your engagement. I'm unable to attend at this time, so I'm sending you my blessings in writing. Allow me to introduce myself to you, Lewis. I'm Rekha, Ellie's cousin from a distant past. We haven't met in more than 10 years now. A long time, I know. However, I have very fond memories of living with Amma, my grandmother, Mama and Caroline, Jamie, Ailey, and Shan, our dog. I look back with a lot of affection on my days of helping Caroline look after Rohini as a little girl and then as a little toddler. My ninja crawl is second to none. I vividly recall the excitement and anticipation I felt when she came to spend some time with me in Delhi. She was probably 5 or 6. We had such a good time. That week, I believe I lived my love for her to the best of my ability, and it was truly magical. Nearly 26 years later, little has changed in my heart. A lot has changed in our lives, though. So today, as you make a new beginning, I feel called by the same love I feel in my heart for Rohini to share what I consider to be the most precious part of me with you, Lewis, and with you, Rohini. Take what you will of this message, leave what does not sing to you. It is my hope that this heartfelt sharing touches you gently. A couple of things I have understood about life, which I'd like to share with you. One, love is the most important gift of life. A cliche, I know, but I've come to see how we as human beings have a hard time understanding love. Actually, we get love quite confused with attachment. Attachment says, I care about you deeply, so you should care about me. It says, I love you so you should love me too, in a way that makes me feel secure, calm, happy. Is that love? I wonder. I've understood, to me, love says, I love you, so I want you to be happy. If that includes me, fabulous. If not, that's okay too, because I want your happiness. Love, my dear children, is not transactional. It is not a settling of accounts. It does not involve grasping, controlling, manipulating. We do all that to address our own anxieties and heal our own feelings of inadequacy, and then call it love. Love is anything but. Love just is. It's the most ordinary and yet the most beautiful thing that life brings us. It stands by itself, for itself. It is its own reward. I bless you both with a love like that. Loss, I have come to understand, is the second great gift of life. Loss is how we mature. Loss teaches us that at each moment, each point in our life, we are enough. In spite of being defeated by life's circumstances, in spite of being left alone to deal with your life by family and friends, etc., no fault of their own, that's just how the cookie crumbles, we find that we are still here. I like to think that we're like those little seeds dropped into the ground, which struggles through the darkness of the earth's womb to emerge into the air and into sunlight. It's as if something far greater than our minds can ever understand helps and guides this perseverance. It tears our heart open to the understanding that that our invincibility lies right at the heart of our vulnerability. Loss brings us to that invincibility. Love sustains it, motivates it. I bless you with that courage. The third great gift of life is family. Family is not really limited to people, although it can include them. Family is belonging. Belonging is that firm, solid ground we stand upon. It is the holding space for our fears and our wants. Belonging is a primal human need, yet one that we must tend with loving care to learn. Belonging is learned when we invite ourselves to go beyond the limitations of our own selfish needs for acknowledgement, for security, etc., and open our hearts wide to share in the lives of others, to rejoice in their joys, but more importantly, to feel their sorrows and their pain with an open-hearted sincerity, and to keep our hearts open, whether it's joy for others or pain for them, to be available to them. Belonging is partaking. When I lived in Lucknow, I learned that belonging is sitting around a big table as a part of everyone's world, whilst your own world is effortlessly made. I bless you with so much belonging. The last, and in my understanding, the most useful gift of life is the ability to let go completely and genuinely. Letting go is letting be. Life is as is. It has its ups, it has its downs. That is how it plays its symphony out. The question, why me, strangles. The word should is another name for suffering. When we argue with what is, we suffer. That does not imply that we accept what our hearts do not understand to be right for us. It simply means allowing things to be, including the objects that our hearts balk at, our hearts pain at that balking, and our hearts desire to be different, to do different. In my experience, the invitation of life has been to listen with an open heart to what we are brought to learn from life. Perhaps the pursuit of happiness is not the main and sole aim of life. Perhaps there is something about growth that comes through life. It is my sincere belief that learning is the only work we are here to do on this plane. We are not so much responsible for what happens. However, we are totally and completely responsible to what happens. I bless you with the heart full of that knowing. My love always to both of you. Thank you for listening to me. Bye.